Hello everybody, my name is Anita Breuer. I'm a political scientist and a senior researcher at the German Institute of Development and Sustainability. And in today's video we'll be looking at good practices to protect information integrity. Information integrity means that citizens have access to accurate and reliable information about public matters. And in a democracy that matters because truth is ultimately what democratic decision-making should be based upon. But unfortunately, this truth is currently under threat. For one thing, major platform operators like Meta, for instance, have decided to discontinue their fact-checking programs. And at the same time, more than 80% of human rights and democracy support programs that were previously financed by the US Agency for International Development have been terminated. And this leaves a significant funding gap, which of course implies huge problems for the global fight against disinformation. This raises serious concerns, of course, especially at a time where we observe that digital threats to democracy are growing. Now, under the European Union-funded PRODIGEES project, I recently had the opportunity to conduct research in Indonesia, where I could talk to activists, to journalists, and to researchers. And in this video, you will hear their voices and you will learn about the practices that they developed to fill in this gap and to continue the fight against disinformation and for the protection of information integrity.
One of my first visits in Indonesia was to the Alliance of Independent Journalists, short AJI. Founded in 1994, AJI was the country's first independent journalist association, born in a time when press freedom was still heavily restricted. Since then, it has grown into a national network with over 2,000 members in 40 cities across the archipelago. So AJI really has a long history of advocating for ethical journalism and the rights of media workers.
This information has changing a lot of narrative and then public discourse in Indonesia. It was causing a lot of polarizations in the elections, in certain issue towards the minority groups, and then media and journalists is also part of important aspect who can help clearing the informations. That's why my organization, working in collaboration with other civil society, we collaborate and funding organization called Fakta. This collaboration brings more resources, more capacity as well. We conducted like media literacy training. We conducted capacity building for media and journalists. We've done several things to help media and journalists to understand more about the situations, about how they debunk information. And I think it can bring, by collaborating with other media and journalists, it can bring more allies and then help public understand more what is the fact, what is the good information for them, and then hopefully bring more awareness to the public on these issues.
I was very lucky that my stay in Indonesia coincided with the country's first Digital Rights Festival, a national gathering organized by SafeNet, the Southeast Asian Freedom of Expression Network. The festival brought together a wide range of civil society organizations working on digital rights and information integrity from different angles, and it was encouraging to see how vibrant the country's digital community is, even in the face of growing challenges.
So now we are holding the event called Digital Rights Festivals in Indonesia. This is the first festival that focusing on the digital rights issue. We're doing it because we know the issues of digital rights is not really mainstreamed in Indonesia, and then this is the way and one of our effort to mainstreaming the issue, to ensure that people know that they have the rights in the digital space, and then we really want to empower them to reclaim their rights, to feeling safe in the digital space, to feel free to express themselves, and also to get their rights for the internet access. So that's the way that one of our strategy actually, other than doing policy advocacy, and then we're also doing the solidarity event. We do also supporting victims for digital violation and also capacity building for civil society organization in Indonesia.
Information disorder can take many forms, not just disinformation. And what we observe worldwide is that it does not affect everybody equally. Often it takes the form of hate speech and online abuse, targeting vulnerable groups, including women or gender minorities. This is the field in which the Purple Coat Collective is active.
We are a feminist collective working on issues around gender, human rights, and technology. One issue that we focus on is online gender-based violence, or OGBV. We're witnessing an increasing rate of OGBV cases in Indonesia affecting women and gender minorities. And we've worked towards tackling these issues in Indonesia through various activities. We do first research on OGBVs, working firsthand with OGBV victim survivors in Indonesia, producing what kind of OGBV that they experience and how are they affecting them. We also conducted various awareness-raising activities like trainings for lawyers, female journalists, and feminist helplines in Indonesia to understand what are OGBV and how do we tackle OGBV in Indonesia. Additionally, we also do policy advocacy, engaging with government and tech platforms on better ways to handling OGBV in regulation and also in their respective platforms.
Not all disinformation or information pollution comes from within. In many cases, it's produced by foreign actors seeking to manipulate national audiences for their own geopolitical interests. This makes investigative journalism all the more important. Narasi TV, an independent media startup, made headlines by exposing such incidents. Foreign information manipulation interventions in Indonesia.
Dengan kanal YouTube Tribun Timur sebagai sampel utama, kami memantau lebih dari 18.000 video yang rilis sejak Februari 2022 hingga Juni 2023. Kami mengumpulkan jutaan komentar dan menganalisisnya. Kami juga memasang perangkap dan menyebarkannya di berbagai grup Telegram untuk mencari tahu dari mana muara operasi berlangsung. Hingga akhirnya terungkap diduga kuat beberapa turis Rusia di Bali terlibat dalam operasi ini. Satu hal yang amat mencolok adalah mayoritas video berbau pro-Rusia menarasikan glorifikasi dan heroisme serta superioritas teknologi perang Rusia. Tribun Timur mengakui mereka memang dijadikan alat propaganda oleh kedua belah pihak.
Seperti yang saya katakan tadi bahwa Tribun Timur itu sebenarnya sudah digunakan oleh Rusia dan Ukraina. Ukraina itu menggunakan kami dan kami menyadari itu untuk menyebar kesedihan mereka. Kalau Rusia mereka mau menjadikan kami ini menurut perasaan kami ya untuk menampilkan kehebatan mereka, persenjataan mereka, kehebatan tim mereka, ketangguhan pasukan mereka. Jadi kami merasa dan itu kami nikmati ya, Tribun Timur dijadikan sebagai ajang untuk mempromosikan peperangan ini.
When we talk about disinformation or information pollution, it's also important to look at the flip side and ask what are governments and their agencies doing to provide fact-based, high-quality information on public affairs. This is where the work of transparency watchdog organizations like Indonesia Corruption Watch becomes so important.
Hi, I'm Seira from Indonesia Corruption Watch, and our organization works in promoting a better transparency of the government and also promoting the democracy in Indonesia. We are producing several advocacy and also research in the terms of pushing the public institutions to be more transparent, and we from Indonesia Corruption Watch believe that the transparency of the government institutions are really important to help the public to participate in the democracy nowadays.
Another important element of information integrity is open data, for which governments can proactively create transparency about their services and performance. The collaboration between civil society and government in the form of open government partnerships can make an essential contribution to strengthen democratic accountability and build trust in institutions, as we can see from the example of the TIFA Foundation.
Since its establishment in 2000, TIFA Foundation has been committed to advancing quality democracy that is just and ecologically sustainable. One of its key focuses is promoting good data governance for effective public service delivery and promoting government transparency and accountability in support of citizens' meaningful participation. To support these issues, we have conducted and supported research-based policy advocacy on the governance of data in the public sector to inform regulations, policies, and practices.
So what we have seen from the examples in this video is that independent journalism and civil society play a very important role in keeping the public informed and in protecting democracy, but they cannot do so alone. So at a time where digital threats to democracy are growing and support is shrinking, there is an urgent need to act. And sustained international funding and political backing will be important to ensure that those who defend information integrity can continue their work. So, thanks for watching, spread the message. Terima kasih sudah menonton dan sampai jumpa.